So what do I say?
You're just introducing yourself and saying, and you're watching Scribbling Chimp.
Oh, I'm Bane from the 1997 Batman and Robin movie, and you're watching Scribbling Chimp.
So you have the distinction of being the very first Bane in a live-action Batman movie. How does that feel?
Am I saying this to you, or am I saying it to the camera?
Well, you're saying it to me, I guess, but obviously keep in mind that there's a camera here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I got no idea what the question was.
You have the distinction of being the very first Bane in a
Oh,
live-action.
yeah. It was alright. I mean, I was more of a glorified henchman, more suited to classic TV series Batman than anything post-Tim Burton. But yeah, they pumped that skinny murderer full of chemicals and out came me, the official Bane, angry and green. A man turning green and angry. I forgot what franchise I was in for a minute. And that was it. Bane.
So how exactly was your experience working in that movie?
Well, as everybody knows, that movie was more about nipples than it was about superheroes. I mean, it was tough not being able to articulate my frustrations, but to be fair, nobody had an easy time on that film. Batman and Robin spent the entire movie acting like Mick Jagger and Keith Richards if they'd locked themselves in a van after too much acid. Poison Ivy was more like someone pretending to be someone whose job it was to do a bad impression of Poison Ivy. And Arnold Schwarzenegger was one of the most respected actors in Hollywood, and they painted him blue and dressed him up to look like one of those things you stand on when you're dancing in the arcades. So I guess I got off lightly.
So, more recently, the role of Bane has been played by Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah. How do you think you're...
That's a lovely, lovely voice.
Yeah, that's the one. How do you think
And
you're...
Harvey Dent proceeded to blame his crimes on the Batman.
How do you think your rendition of Bane compares to Tom Hardy's?
Well, it's horses for courses. There's no animosity between me and Hardy's Bane. We met up recently at a cheese fair. It was a good setup, but the quality of the cheeses themselves was a bit disappointing. It's like, mate, I respect the fact that you imported Gorgonzola straight from Italy, but if you're not even going to hoover the mic dust off your cheddars, then it's all for nothing.
Are there any amusing incidents on the set of Batman and Robin that you want to share with us?
Joel Schumacher has a thing about turnips. And I'll leave it at that.
Right. So, what can people expect from the 1997 Bane in the future?
Well, I'm currently running a vacuum cleaning business, so if you need your dustbuster repaired, then I'm your man for the job. Sometimes people come in and tell me I'm like a character from Breaking Bad, but I don't know what that means.
And finally, will you be going to see the new Batman movie when it comes out?
Yeah, I might do. I quite like those kinds of movies, so yeah.
Join me next time when I will be chatting to those nipples.
Val Kilmer!